In this video, I'm going to react to TikToks of people in overwhelming credit card debt. This is actually the second video about credit card debt that I've made. If you haven't watched the original one, make sure you watch that. Also, make sure you watch this entire video because one of these TikToks reveals a way to save thousands of dollars in interest, and another reveals something you should know if you have the Amazon credit card by Chase. Let's get started.
Had more credit card debt than you actually owed on your car?
Correct.
What kind of car are you driving?
A Ford Focus.
Well, at least she didn't say like a Lamborghini or a Rolls Royce. A Ford Focus is a pretty cheap car.
And you owed $5,000 on the car.
Yeah, that was what was left. Yeah.
And you had 50 grand between 15 credit cards?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Come on.
Can I keep it real with you?
Absolutely.
Were you smoking weed back then?
Oh, I wasn't. No judgment. No.
No judgment on people who were, but if you were and you got into a ton of debt, that would be okay because you were smoking weed.
I was not. No, I spent a lot of time financing my life, keeping up with people.
Oh, what was that phrase? Keeping up with people. That's exactly how people fall into this trap.
Buying clothes and shoes for situationships.
Clothes and shoes for situations.
Yes, I was going on trips every time somebody was like, oh, let's go somewhere. I was like, okay, cool.
No is a complete sentence. Get okay with saying it.
Right. And honestly, some of that was just really me shuffling, doing balance transfers from one credit card to another. And, it's
So balance transfers can be a good thing, and we're going to see that in a couple of these TikToks, but don't let them be an excuse for you to think, oh, I've got even more money to spend on shoes and clothes for situationships.
Why do you have so much debt at 20, dude?
Yeah.
What have you done?
26,000 is on my car. The rest of it is all credit cards. The biggest chunk of it all really started whenever I was out of a job for about 2 months. I was putting all of the rent, all of the food, everything on just credit cards. I had a decent job. My roommate had a kind of shaky job.
So that's one of the sad things about people who get in credit card debt. Sometimes they are just trying to make ends meet. Sometimes they are just trying to get food. But if you're somebody who's just buying clothes and shoes and going on trips and vacations, I don't feel that bad for you. But if you're somebody who actually is just trying to get by, then my heart does truly go out to you. But 26 grand on the car, why didn't he sell the car? No.
There was a 2-month period where neither of us had a job. So
And how was that conversation with the roommate when you were taking on all the bills?
we had the same conversation of me just being like, you got to figure out a way. And then there was no way being figured out. So
Did you get fired?
Yeah. So I was trying to
I would just want to know, how many jobs per day did the roommate apply to? Was it 0? Was it 1? Was it 10? Was it 100? There is a number, and I would like to know that number, because if you come to me and you say, I didn't apply to any jobs this week, I'd be like, then you get no money.
I wanted to quit, but I didn't want to just like leave them because they were short staffed. We had stuff coming up. So I was like, okay, I'll quit in a month or 2 or something like that. But then like after a couple of weeks, they said that my head wasn't in it anymore. So they just quit.
What was
And
the
they just
job?
fired.
They just wanted to fire you. They just made up some excuse. Your head wasn't in it. But were you doing the job? If you were doing the job, then they should have kept you. It sucks that people are like that. And by people, I mean employers.
I'm just sitting here thinking about the elephant. My therapist told me you can't eat an elephant whole. So today, that's why I came to my office. We are just going to try to focus on the first bite, which is
That's all you can do.
acceptance of where we are, where we have gotten ourselves. So I made a list of all.
You've gotten yourself, it looks like, $40,000 in credit card debt. What is the average amount of credit card debt? Let's Google it. So according to the Federal Reserve and U.S. Census Bureau, the average amount of credit card debt in America is $7,951. So she has a lot more than average.
And I'm going to share it with y'all. I felt myself like feeling ashamed of just like, damn. So please, I feel bad enough. Please don't come in the comments talking about how irresponsible. I know.
I was just about to say how irresponsible you are. No, it's okay. It's fine. It's not fine that you did this behavior, but it's absolutely commendable that you're trying to fix it. So I appreciate that.
So we are going to start from the top to the bottom, like the most
Show me.
highest
Show me.
credit card.
What does it look like?
I have a credit union, and
Okay.
the balance right now is $18,821.53. Then I have a Capital One for $98.53.21. We have a Discover card for $5,032.36.
Discover stingy. Discover doesn't
We
get
have
it.
American Express for $3,925.36. And
I like American Express. I personally used to have the Platinum. I don't have it anymore. It is annoying when you go somewhere and they say, oh, we don't take American Express.
we have a Value City credit card for $1,476.
Value City. What's Value City? So it looks like Value City is a furniture store. I have no idea. It's not in my area. So she bought furniture for a couple $1,000s, I imagine.
$19. Yay!
My wife and I paid off $70,000 of credit card debt in the past 18 months. And I want to share with you how we did that.
Show me.
We did it through temporary gig work.
What? You have to do work in order to get money, to put that money towards your debt? Ooh, I was hoping you were going to tell me something that didn't involve work.
So 18 months ago, my wife had 3 jobs and I had 3 jobs, and every penny of the side gig went towards the credit cards. And then we would quit those jobs as we went. So if you have a $20,000 credit card right now and you can go get a side gig of serving tables for $2,000 a month, that is just 10 months of serving. Hi, folks. What can I get for you for 10 months and then fucking quit? Your credit card's paid. Your job is done. And here's the best part. Now, after 18 months and that $70K gone over like 5 or 6 credit cards, we are now saving $2,200 a month on credit card payments in perpetuity.
I love it. Yeah, if I was in debt and I had to get out, I would take a job at a restaurant. I'd be up in there. I'd be like, do you need a refill? What can I get for you? Would you like extra rolls? Would you like extra bread? Anything. Man, I'd be hustling for that tip, for real.
If you are in Hot Girl Debt, I got you. Here's exactly what you're going to do.
If you're in what now? Let's replay.
We're in Hot Girl Debt.
Hot
I got
girl
you. Here's
debt?
what
Come
I do.
on.
This was my first year ever being in debt, and it has been one of the most stressful experiences of my life. I do not recommend it. Avoid getting into credit card debt.
I don't recommend it either.
Not cute. Anyways, back to the trick. My schemer dad taught me this. He's a self-proclaimed cockroach to society.
What does that mean? What is hot girl debt and what is a cockroach to society?
One, you're going to research new credit cards with 0% interest for 18 months. You're going to open up a new credit card. It will take you 5 seconds. While you're opening up that credit card, there's going to be an option for you to transfer your debt. I had no idea you could do this. Like I said, it was my first year ever being in debt. I'm trying to get out of it real quick, but this changed my life. Now, I'm going to warn you, there is a one-time transfer fee of like $200, but you're paying that in interest anyways. You're basically paying that transfer fee so that you can be interest-free for 18 months. Basically, this is going to just buy you some breather time to get out of debt.
And that breather time is used to pay down your debt. It is not used to go out and spend even more money and get into more debt. It is used so you can save money on interest and you can take the money that you were going to pay on interest and take that and pay down your debt. That is what you should do. A balance transfer is not just, ooh, free money.
Stop opening a balance transfer card without checking this one thing first. I did a balance transfer to a Discover It card about 10 years ago, and I will forever be grateful to this card. It saved me thousands of dollars.
I actually think I had a Discover It back in the day. I don't remember. I think mine was blue. If they have a blue one, I think I had that one.
Part is now the card has 5% back on rotating categories, so it's still a useful card to me. But I talk to so many students every single week who tell me that they opened a balance transfer card, paid off their balance, and now the card is virtually worthless. So you want to make sure that the card that you are opening actually holds value to you after you've paid off your balance.
That's actually pretty good advice. That's great advice. So make sure that you have a card that you're going to continue to use that will benefit you after you're done with the balance transfer, especially if there's an annual fee for that card, because you don't want to pay an annual fee every single year for a card that you're not going to use. And you don't want to just close the card because that will hurt your credit score. That's a topic for another video.
I started the year in $41,010 in credit card debt, and here's the breakdown.
How
My
that?
first card had $4,309. My second card had $4,854. My third
So it's like
card
these people
had
are telling us how much they have on their credit cards, but they're not saying what they bought. What did you
And
buy?
my fourth and final card, I have a balance of $18,288. Started paying off these cards.
But what did you
in
get though?
March of 2023, and so far paid off one card in full, and I'm working on the second card, which I'll hopefully be done paying.
Okay, she's not going to tell us what she bought. I'm going on to the next video.
I'm going to put it on a credit card and act like nothing changed.
Dave Ramsey.
These companies are screwing you, and you're signing up for the trip, and you're getting hammered at 18 to 28%.
Let's Google something again. Let's Google what the average credit card interest rate is. According to Wallet Hub, the average credit card interest rate is now 22.9%. Ooh, that's a lot. That's higher than I thought it was.
And you wonder why you make $100,000 a year and have no money. It's out of control, you guys. They have lulled you to sleep. They've made you believe you have to have one of these stupid things to exist. Don't leave home without it. You can.
As a marketer, I can appreciate that credit card companies have some of the strongest, most effective marketing in the entire world. They are getting people to pay interest and to just get themselves into debt. That's incredible marketing. As a marketer, I can respect that. As a human being, I'm not really down with it.
Make it without these stupid things. Get you a debit card, pay cash for it, get control of your life, get some autonomy from these banks. They own your butt, and you gave them the deed.
Full disclaimer, I use credit cards. I can't even remember the last time I used a debit card. I like credit cards for the protection that they offer. Yes, I'm getting points, but I'm also paying off my credit cards each and every single month in full, no exceptions. If I can't do that, then I don't get an item.
I cannot believe it. I literally paid off my American Express. My only credit card is paid off. It
Good for you. I love it.
took me 7 months. I'm all about financial transparency. And at 24 years old, I went $7,000 in debt last September.
But what did
The
you
main
buy?
chunk of it was a
There
down
we go.
payment for my car.
Okay.
Other than that, it was me spending money on things that I did not need and gifts for people that I couldn't afford.
Life tip. If you are in credit card debt, do not get gifts for other people that you can't afford. Just say, look, I'm broke. You ain't getting no gift.
Paid $100.
Caleb
I was
Hammer
gonna
again.
say, pay it back as soon as I spend it. I just use the card for the points.
Don't spend.
Don't have the points.
No points to me. Just $11.50.
It's not worth me spending money and everybody needs something if I'm not getting them.
See, that's wild. Don't go into debt just for the points. Don't justify your expenditure on the points alone.
Why add to the balance first?
Because this is how they get you, and it works on most people and worked on me. So
Well, at least she can admit that the marketing from the credit card companies worked on her. That is a tremendous level of self-awareness, and I can respect it.
Say it with me. You're not a credit card person.
Yep.
It's okay that you're not. Do you know what that means?
It is okay.
I don't use them correctly. Is that what that means?
You suck at them. You suck at them.
And truthfully, some people are just terrible with credit cards. You have to know yourself. And if you are one of those people who are you're just terrible with credit cards, then don't use credit cards. Cut them up. Close your accounts. Get rid of them.
All right, I'm just going to put it out there, be real fucking honest. I am in over $11,000 in debt, credit card debt. What do I do? I'm scared. Tell me what to do.
You somehow get more money. You take that money and you apply it to your debt.
So this is what I woke up to this morning. And here's the video from last night that I found in my photos.
Dinner, over, weed. When did I get this? Shopping, Roblox. There. Another over. Drinks with the girls. Went to club. I don't remember this. Late night craving.
Holy moly.
Taco Bell.
She spent how much at Taco Bell? Let's go back.
So this is what I
Weed. Another over. Drinks with the girls. Went to club. I don't remember this. Late night craving. Taco Bell.
She spent $407 at Taco Bell. What are you getting? Are you getting like 59 Crunchwrap Supremes? On second thought, that might be worth it. Go into debt for Crunchwrap Supremes. You have my approval to do that.
If you have a credit card with Amazon Chase, you need to listen to this post. I just received a document in the mail in regards to some updates to the card member agreement that I wouldn't have paid attention to as a younger adult.
Pay attention to your card member agreements. When they send you those things in the mail or your little emails, make sure you read them. They contain important information. And the most important information is the information they try to hide from you the most.
And honestly, like a couple of years ago, because I didn't really understand how big of an impact things like this can have. Just because you plan to pay off a card, in full or plan to make your monthly payment doesn't mean that always happens. And my reading of this policy is incredibly strict. Go ahead and pause to read here.
Yeah, we're not going to do that unless you want to.
So what that is saying is that if you miss a monthly payment, you
jack that interest rate up.
going to be charged up to a 29.99% rate based on the federal interest rate.
Yeah, so don't miss a payment. If you miss a payment, at least know the interest that you're paying. And if you miss a payment, you should have even more of a fire lit under you to get out of credit card debt.
You're out of here. You're going to be at zero by December 31st, 2023. Mark my word.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, Frugal friends. Welcome to Operation Credit Card Payoff. I am your frugal friend, Alicia, and I'm going to break down how to get rid of this debt so we can have more money to live the lives that we envision and embrace all the abundance, health, and wealth.
You know, I've already covered how to get out of credit card debt, so I am going to see if she actually got out of debt. Let's see. She set a goal to get out of debt by December 31st, 2023. Did she do it?
What? What?
She did.
Debt free. No more credit.
Watch this
card
entire
debt
thing for some
ya.
motivation. Let's do it.
Girl, let's go. I'm hype AF. Oh, that has been nothing.
What did you pay off?
So I went through and I just killed it. I just took the money out of my savings and paid $2,260 to Capital One. We are done. What?
Is that the only debt?
What?
Yeah, it can't be because she's 22.
Boom. $0.00. $0.00. Credit card debt. Where?
Zero.
Where?
Where I
For
remember that
balance.
video.
What? Stop playing with me. Even went through and paid off all my afterpays because even these buy now, pay later platforms, they're still a form of debt.
You know, I read some crazy stat that this year for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the buy now, pay later option was used 42% more this year than last year. I don't think that's a good sign for the economy.
I like my credit card balances like I like my big account with a bunch of zeros, but I want the zeros on the back end of my bank account. This is where we started. This is where we're currently at as of August 15th, 2023.
She met her goal a lot earlier than she set.
I am completely debt free.
I love it. I am so inspired. I want to pay off debt and I don't even have any. That is it for this video. What would you like to see in the future? What did you think of this? Do you have any credit card debt? If so, or if not, let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate you.